Charles, throughout your video, rather, you use the term free will, and you keep ascribing to me, where does the free will come from? And you reduce the human down into these atoms, and where is the free will in there? The point of my video was to talk about willpower. Willpower is not just another word for free will, it's a different way of looking at the question. Because you see, the phenomena we call will, that appears to us, feels like choice, feels like it causes it, that it plays a role in physical movement. Like I chose to walk out to this sitting spot and make this video. That actually took energy in the physical world. My body moved, it took power. And part of the power was will. Now, not the whole power, because again, remember the going down a river, most of the energy is in the river. Just a little bit is in your decision making, the physical splash of your paddle. Just a little bit is enough to navigate, hopefully. Right? So, we're looking at this phenomena that has power, literally, right? And energy put in. And we're going, where does that come from? Where's that component that we identify or feel like we identify? How can we materially identify it and find where it comes from? Right? And that power is in the world. I came out here. I did. That actually, scientists could measure how much energy it took me to walk out here. And we could trace back to when I was making the decision and how much energy in my mind went into the part that was trying to visualize and get out here. Now, maybe it was fate and determined that little part of the brain was going to get satisfied, the part that wanted to walk out here, that then said, look, I made that happen. And it didn't really, in its illusion, but there's still power there. There might not be freedom in that latter picture, but there's still power there, just like the power in your car engine is not free. You direct it. So the question of willpower doesn't go away just because you think you've done an inductive proof that it can lead, that there can't be anything there. Well, there can't be anything like you're looking for, a property, a thing with a property of will. The will is an emergent feature of a system. Okay, it emerges from the system. I mean, I think we can see that. And what you would expect in any of the parts of the system are, if you want to call them properties, they're going to be properties that contribute to the whole phenomenon, right? You know what I mean? Like, no part of the car has the carness in it. They all have properties that give them relationships to other parts of the system, and thus the expression of an automobile out of the whole collection. So yeah, I mean, you miss the point of the video, really. Now the other thing is just, I'm not saying you're being disingenuous and like consciously dishonest, or even that you should see it that way. I'm saying there's something materially dishonest, but in a different sense, in that you don't necessarily know. It's not like the lying kind of dishonesty. It's we're not getting the whole picture. I know you make decisions, and I know you sometimes in some decision agonize over it relative to decisions that are easy. Some decisions are more difficult, and you have to figure out ways to get through that and make the decision, or let the decision happen, or whatever. And I think you guys should be talking about that. To ignore that you have to do that, because it's all an illusion anyway, but then to spend energy, power goes in, energy, actual energy, you eat food and some of the energy from that food is spent on this decision-making process. And you're going to share with us a philosophy that's all an illusion, doesn't matter, but you're still going to spend a lot of time doing it. You understand? It's like Do you not see how there's some inherent hypocrisy in that? And I think you could solve the hypocrisy of it by telling us what it's like to make a decision. What does the feeling of choice feel like to those that have denied that it is in any way real? What is it if you still have it? It might be interesting to know what, from your perspective, it feels like. See, to me it feels like it's satisfying to have learned, to move on, to get to a new place, sometimes just be over with something, successfully or not, sometimes because it was a success or an unexpected success or luck. All of those feelings of will, the effort and intent, and then the completion kinds of feelings, I embrace that, and so therefore, I'm going to have a particular perspective on it that, might be embracing it too much or romanticize it, though I don't think I do. But you don't have that, yet you still have the feeling. So theoretically, the feeling of choice you have is more rarefied. It's not cat in the bushes. It's more rarefied, potentially. Or is it? Maybe it's even more glorified, and that's why you reject them. I don't know. How about we hear a little bit? I mean, the modern mystic went through a hypothetical decision-making process about whether to have toast with or without butter and with or without marmalade. It certainly didn't seem like will wasn't a factor in that because it was agonized. I mean, it seems to me if you don't believe in will, then perhaps you should be able to tell me that actually I'm wrong in my assumption, and you never agonize over a decision, and all decisions just come and flow like water. You just let the physics decide. Okay, cheers. Thanks for the video.